Happy Friday. It is Day Day, aka the Wise Goddess, here to drop some gems for the people in the entrepreneurial world, or people that are just stepping into the entrepreneurial world, or people that are transitioning into the entrepreneurial world. You definitely want to set a tone for your brand or for whatever career path that you have chosen. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of advice that I use and I apply to my businesses daily that help me continue to grow and to set the tone for getting new clients so that people know why they should shop with me or get services that I provide from my companies. The first thing that you want to keep in mind, you want to be professional. Professionalism is very, very, very important. The way you address your clients, you definitely want to address them by their first name, sometimes even last name, depending on the client. Just a respect thing, and it's more personal when you say, "Hey, Miss Crystal," instead of calling them like a nickname or something that you would call your friend. Like, you definitely want to give that person that respect, and then once you build that relationship with them, there's nothing wrong with being like, "Hey, boo," or things of that nature, because some of us have that background to where we naturally call each other boo or whatever the case may be, which there's nothing wrong with that. I just personally feel like, as far as setting the tone for a new client, you should definitely be respectful and call them by their first or last name. Another thing you want to keep in mind, you want to definitely be reliable. A lot of, speaking from stylist perspective, but this can be, applied to anything in general. If somebody sets a time with you based off your availability on your calendar, you need to be there. Now, things do happen. People understand that on our end and on the client's end, but you definitely want to communicate. Communication is important. Let's say they book an appointment and you know that you cannot be there. You need to be telling them as soon as you find out, due to an emergency, I am unable to be there at this time, but we can reschedule. You can even offer them a discount for the inconvenience. Little things like that matter. They will respect you, and 9 times out of 10 they will rebook you for letting them know in advance and adding an incentive, letting them know that you will give them a discount for the inconvenience. People appreciate things like that. That's up to you how you handle it. I'm just giving out examples of what I do. The next thing that you should want to do is definitely be personable. Nobody wants to be around anybody with a bad attitude, bad energy. Nobody wants to be around that. If you are an entrepreneur, 9 times out of 10, you chose this career path because you're probably personable. You know what I mean? You didn't want to sit behind a desk 9 to 5 and, have to be a robot and read scripts and things of that nature, which there's nothing wrong with working 9 to 5. I'm just giving examples. So you definitely want to be personable, communicate with your clients, get to know your clients, if that's the type of industry that you were in, or just, get to know them so that you know what type of person you are dealing with. Not always do people want to talk. There's nothing wrong with that, but at least definitely greet them properly when they come in. If you're a stylist, you definitely want to, take the time to analyze and recognize what they have going on with their hair, because a lot of people recently that that have been booking with me, I can tell that they haven't really been to a salon before. So a lot of people don't know a lot of stuff about hair, like as far as locks. Some people don't know about detoxing, or they don't know about let's see, they don't think that their hair is long enough to get a lock style yet. Just pretty basic things like that definitely matter, and people will appreciate you for taking the time out to analyze what they have going on and what is necessary for them while they're there and they pay that money to sit in your chair. So make the best of it, because it's helping you and it's helping them. Another thing you want to do, you want to make sure that your prices match the quality of work that you're providing. Do not go out into whatever industry you are in overcharging people, and definitely don't undercharge yourself. Oftentimes when we just start to do something, we want to do deals, but once, like, something that I do, like, sometimes I like post work of something that I just tried, not even specifically being in the beauty industry. I post something to get people's feedback on it. You can definitely post in groups or whatever and ask for people's opinions. If you're in the right groups, you will get feedback from people. Sometimes you won't get feedback from people. You can even ask your family or friends, people close to you or whatever, hey, what would you pay for this? You know what I mean? You definitely want to take the time out to make sure that you're pricing things accordingly, that makes sense for you and that makes sense for the client, so that they will come back. If your work is, let's say you're charging $300 to do a sew-in or whatever, but the foundation that you created for the sew-in and the products that you're using and the shampoo service that you gave did not add up to the $300, you have now lost a client because the quality is not matching your prices. Just make sure that that definitely has balance. Another thing you want to another important thing that you want to make sure that is clear are your policies. This will save you a headache, and it will save you from answering 1,000 questions over and over again. Now, although you will have your policies on your website, some people will still ask you questions just for clarity, for their own sake. Sometimes people will like ask me questions over and over and over again, and honestly, you can decipher what I like to call them energy vampires versus somebody that's serious. Somebody that's serious, they're going to ask you the questions and then they're going to book 9 times out of 10. Somebody that consistently just asks you questions that's like on your website or like silly questions, honestly, that's up to your discretion how you deal with it. Like I said, I can kind of like I can feel the client's energy if they're serious about booking or if they're not. I don't know. It's about the tone and like how they ask me things. I can decipher if they're serious or if they're not serious. But being that you are a business owner, regardless if you can tell that they're being serious or not being serious, you definitely still want to treat them with respect, answer their question. If it gets too ridiculous, you don't have to reply back. That's a good thing about being an entrepreneur. You don't have to deal with people that you don't want to deal with. You do not have to deal with people talking to you rudely. Just negative energy we don't have to deal with. So definitely make sure that you keep that in mind. All money is not good money, okay? Another thing you want to do is customer appreciation. So for instance, if you have loyal clients that have been coming to you for years or months or however long they've been coming to you, it is okay to sometimes give them coupons to get discounts from services. It's okay to give them, let's say, if you do locks or something like that, if you do nails, it's okay to give them a free design or hairstyle, or deep conditioning, you know, something that it's going to take you a quick 20 minutes to do. Maybe you charge $30, $40, whatever. That day that you show that customer that you appreciate them enough to where you're not sweating $40 and you want them to feel appreciated for coming to you over and over again, now you just created definitely a long-term client. And that long-term client is going to remember that good deed that you did for them. And 9 times out of 10, they're either going to refer somebody to you, family, friend, a stranger they see on the street. Now, because you made that sacrifice, you have more clients. Another thing you want to do, you definitely want to stay organized. And by that, I mean, as far as your booking app, you want to stay organized with that. You want to stay on top of checking your emails. You want to stay on top of having your products, or even if you're not a stylist, whatever you do, you definitely just want to stay on top. You want to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That is very, very, very important. You do not want to have an appointment at 10 a.m. and you realize at 9:30 that you don't have enough product to do this client's hair. Because 9 times out of 10 is something like that you need from the hair store. They typically don't open till like 10 o'clock. If you're lucky, maybe they might open at 9. But you just definitely want to have enough products and materials for whatever industry that you are in so that you do not have to get ready at the last minute, because that is a bad look. Now you're going to be late. Another thing that you want to keep in mind is Marketing is very, very, very important. You want to stay consistent. Consistency is very important. At first, like when I first started just doing my lash business or whatever, it started off as a hustle. I was selling the lashes for $20 and they would sell out like no other, and I wasn't even like taking it as a business. I was just, planting the seed to see how well I could do. And then once I became actual business, it got a little more complicated because I was setting the tone for an actual brand. Now, as far as setting the tone for the brand, you want to let people know why they should choose your brand over the next brand. Why should I pay $20 for these lashes versus going to Walmart and paying $3.99 and getting a pair of lashes? Well, for example, one of the things I like to say is the amount of times you can use my lashes versus the amount of times you can use the ones from Walmart or whatever. This is just examples. They last longer, their quality. You can clean these and actually reuse them. You can sleep in them, and then you can still use our lash cleaner to clean them and like pretty much shape them back the way that they need to be shaped. And then now you're back to having a brand new set of lashes, pretty much. They'll look brand new. With lashes from our competitors, you won't be able to do that. You get one use out of them. If you fall asleep in them, you can't use them anymore. So you definitely just want to set the tone to let people know why they should use your brand versus another brand. Your prices need to match the quality that you are providing, no matter what industry that you are in. Everything just needs to be balanced. And to make a long story short, when thinking about a business, think about how would you want to be treated? If you reverse the roles of your business and you were the consumer, how would you want to be treated with this business? What are you looking for in this business? If you wear lashes or whatever, like what is it that you're looking for? So you definitely just want to think like a consumer, because technically you are. Another thing you want to do is just believe in yourself. Believing in yourself and loving yourself is definitely important. You don't want to overwork yourself. I tend to do that, and I've kind of created more balance. And by that, I mean, I would be up all hours of the night just working and thinking, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because when you first jump into the entrepreneur spirit, I'm telling you, ideas are coming to you left and right. So you definitely want to take the time out to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, because if you're not taking care of yourself, you cannot run a business at all. It's not going to work. You're going to be too tired. You're not going to be thinking right. You definitely want to make sure that you are eating. I can't really tell you how to eat, but in my advice, I recommend eating more fruits and vegetables. I'm telling you, it will give you a clear mind. You will be energized versus eating a heavy breakfast in the morning, such as like eggs, bacon, grits, blase. You're going to be burnt out super quick, especially in the hair industry. You're going to be burnt out. You need to eat fruits and vegetables because they have the most energy in them, and you will be ready to go. It will last you a long time. I've been doing this for years, and it helps me tremendously versus when I eat a fattening breakfast. Like, it literally just makes me feel sluggish and I want to go to sleep and I don't want to do anything. So definitely make sure that you are feeding your body the right things in order to be able to execute things that you need to do for your day and in general for your business. You should set goals as far as like monthly goals that you have, like what do you want your income to be, things of that nature. That will definitely help you manifest that future that you are looking for, because any number that you come up with, whether it is 100K to 1 billion, you can definitely have it. You just need to take the time out to sit down, strategize, and figure out how to execute these plans realistically. You cannot there's really no cheat codes to being an entrepreneur. Like, literally, you have to take the time out and you have to build the strategies in order to have a successful business. Having mentors will definitely help you. There are so many free resources out here that will help you get to where you want to be. It's just really up to you to stop making the excuses to get you to where you want to be. I'm going to probably try to start hosting like Zoom classes and things like that, just so people can ask me questions and I can help you however I can, because I'm just trying to be the person that I wish there were more of out here, because I have definitely a very good, strong support team that helps me pretty much with anything that I need to know. And if they don't know the answer, they definitely will take the time out to go find the answer for me. I feel like there should be more opportunities for us to be able to unite and to share information with each other to help each other. So I'm just trying to lead by example and be the one that can help change somebody's life. So, you know, we don't have to struggle, because life is not supposed to be work paycheck to paycheck just to pay bills. That's not what it's about. So hopefully you learned something from this video, and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Peace.